free, and why the heck not? But welcome to the SUCCESSFIT team call. Here we are again. I was really excited, if you couldn't tell in my announcement, that Carla is going to be hosting for us tonight, because as a rising star diamond on our team, she has really just kind of lit a fire earlier in this year and just made leaps and bounds. And I don't know about you guys, but personally, when I listened to the last call that she posted about like having engaging challenge groups, I feel like ever since then, my challenge groups have just gotten so much better. So I feel very grateful for what she offered us, and I am so excited to have her on. So
no pressure.
Yeah, I know, right? No. Thinking, I know that like most, everyone starts to know each other over time, but can you give a minute and like a quick synopsis of what brought you here anyway, just so those of us who are kind of newer, or maybe who don't know you super well, just know what brought you here?
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So I've been coaching for just over a year. I started out, I signed up as a coach in August of last year, towards the end of August, and really just for the discount of Shakeology. And then I actually thought it was so expensive that I wanted to get it for free. So I figured, okay, I'm just going to get like a few people on board. We were already spending quite a bit of money at the health food store anyways on superfoods, because my husband and I are big believers of superfoods. So in the end, once I kind of convinced him to give up buying all of those other supplements, it made it financially make sense for me to just get it all in one shake. And the more I started drinking it every single day, I started seeing the power of it. So anyways, it just became easier and easier to tell other people. But as I started doing it, I have my degree in phys ed and health, and I started running my first challenge group October 1st. So for September, I put a couple people into Larissa's group, and then I started just running my own October 1st, and I just haven't looked back. I just made sure I hit SC every month. That was my goal. I did it as a hobby. I have a full-time job that I also adore. I have 3-year-old twins that I adore. I travel a lot. My husband works for Air Canada. I work for a travel company, so we get a lot of deals on travels, so it just makes us be able to travel more. And the coaching business has just allowed to give me a little bit of extra income that I can spend on those travel expenses and not have to stress about it or worry about it. So that's kind of where I put my money, either into my traveling or back into the business. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. And I'm just, yeah.
I love it. Awesome. Okay, we're ready for you. I'm excited. I feel like I'm ready to hear what you have to say tonight.
Okay, so before I dive into the meat of this, has anybody heard the term before of burning? Sorry, what was the title of my thing? I just lost my burn the house down.
Sorry, I was about to look for it.
Bring people to your fire or burn the house down. Has anybody heard that before?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to say where, Bria?
I don't know where I've heard it. I feel like it's just something that I definitely recognize.
Okay, cool. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk you through a little presentation, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about where I got the idea from, because I think that one of the main things with this business is that you have to just dive in. You have to go all in. And that's kind of like actually the last point of my PowerPoint presentation. But up until yesterday morning, I knew I had to host the team call, and there was no way that I was going to say I can't do it. So it was like, listen to PD, listen to PD, listen to PD, read PD, like figure out what you're going to talk about and just do it. If you commit yourself, it's the same with like running your first challenge group or running your first coach sneak peek. Just set a date. Like I purposely picked a date not too far from whenever I signed up, because I wanted to force myself to do something that was a little bit outside of my comfort zone, a little bit above and beyond, because that's the only way that I'm going to grow. So I'll share my screen with you guys now. A little PowerPoint presentation for you. Okay, so you guys see like all the slides on the side as well, right? Let me just go to slideshow mode. Okay. So burn the place down. Basically, the purpose of this is to create a fire like a boss, and everyone will be coming to your fire. And what I mean by this is, think about, I'm going to start with like a really simple one that we can all really relate to, and that's Bria. So we all love and admire Bria as our fearless leader on SuccessSFIT. And anytime she posts a live, she goes live, or anytime she does a training, or anytime she posts something, people are seeing it. They're coming to her fire. They want to hear more about it. And think about people like Angie. Think about people like Melanie Mitro. Think about us that went to Summit, or those that are going to go to Summit. We are all going to these people's fires. Like Melanie Mitro has burnt a fire so big that everybody wants to be at her fire. So basically what I'm saying is you want to create something so large that even your competitors, and I say competitors because I don't really feel like we're competing, but we are competitors in a sense, are all wanting to come into your vibe and tribe and listen to your calls and learn and grow from you as well. So just give me 1 second here. You guys can still see it like this, right? Because when I go into slideshow mode, then I don't see my notes that I did.
Yeah, we can still see it like that. That's totally fine.
Kind of see it. Okay. Okay. So we'll go on to the next one. So basically what you need to do is keep adding wood to your fire. You need to figure out what fuels you, and you need to, like, is it helping people? Is it making money? Like, let's be honest. Most people like to make money because it's going to give you that coach life that you dream of. So you have to figure out what fuels you. It's basically like, digging really deep into your why and getting to the bottom line of why you're doing this. And then you need to keep adding wood to that fire to make it grow. So you have to have that fuel, and then your firewood is going to consist of always adding more friends to your network. It's going to consist of talking to more and more people, both online and in person. It's going to mean following up with everyone, and like, you've got nothing to lose. You just ask, just start the conversation. If they ignore you, like, move on to the next person. And then also just continually invite to the opportunity. And that's something that I'm still learning a lot about, because I still catch myself prejudging people. And we shouldn't do that, because you never know who is going to want to run with this business, or who's going to be interested, or who could use a healthy shake every day. So put it out there, put it out into the universe, and then see if they come to you. And then, of course, one of the biggest things that will keep, that lit your fire and will keep it kindling is working on yourself. You've got to do your personal development every day. You have to drink your shake every day. You have to be following the workout program, and you have to be eating semi-healthy. So, you can't be a hypocrite of what you're preaching, basically. And if you're truly and honestly doing all of the vital behaviors, like, it really does come down to that. And it's kind of funny because I listen to the National Wake Up Call on Tuesday, and every time I listen to that call, those top coaches say the exact same thing in a roundabout way. Like, it all comes down to doing the vitals. But I find that no matter how many times we hear it, it's always nice to hear again, and it's always nice to be reminded of. So I'm going to say it again, but that's like the bare minimum. And if you are doing that every day, you're guaranteed to move to the next level. So the next thing, and this might ring more of a bell of where I got my idea from, is that you need to take massive action. This is a challenge that I have for myself, and this is a challenge that I'm going to throw out to all of you. We all know what the power of threes are. I want to challenge you to do it times 10. Do this times 10, not times 3, not times 5. Do it times 10. Don't rest. Don't stop. Like, if you want to be successful, it demands continuous attention. Eventually, it becomes second nature to you because you're going to be winning. You're going to be seeing yourself. Like, look at someone like Melanie Mitro or Janelle Summers. Like, they're not stopping. Why aren't they stopping? Like, listen to what Melissa, right, that just said on this week's National Wake Up Call. Like, why is she still doing this? She's been doing this for 8 years. She probably has millions of dollars stored away. She's very well off. She doesn't need the money. So that's not why she's doing it, but it's become second nature to her. She's continuously winning, and whether she's winning for herself or winning for her team, which sounds like that's the level that she's really at, is like she's winning for her team, and she's helping her team grow and her team reach her goals, and that's what's fueling her. So you want to make your fire so big and so hot that nothing can put it out, that it's just going to be second nature. You're going to just continue. It's going to be like you roll out of bed, you send out invite to connect with people. Like it just becomes part of a habit and what you do every day. You'll start to see new levels of positive results. And that is what is going to take you to those next levels. You want to work at levels that are so insane that people are looking at you like you're crazy. Like my husband does say to me sometimes, like, why don't you slow down? Like he said to me, like, September is our busiest month at work. And I'm only getting 5 or 6 hours of sleep. And he's like, why don't you just back off on your fitness business a little bit this month to give yourself a little bit of a break? But that's not what I want. Like, that's not where my passion is. So what did I do instead? I scheduled 2 challenge groups this month and a detox group and, decided to host a team call. So I find that if you push yourself outside that comfort zone, that's how you're going to get to your next level. Because I can tell you that, after being in the business for a year, you've got certain people under you. Like I just had 2 coaches cancel on me today. Like it happens, and you have to have that fire big enough that nothing is going to blow it out. So those coaches canceling on me didn't even faze me. It just means I need to talk to more people, invite more people, and sign more people up. Like that's what it comes down to. If it wasn't meant for them, let them go. You can't force people where they want to be. You can just run with the willing and, help light the fires of the people that want their fires lit. I'm sure that, this is a really great example. I listened to a call from Angie not too long ago. She was actually hosting someone else's call. And she said she sets her alarm clock. I know a lot of people probably read The Miracle Morning or have heard of The Miracle Morning. And I'm not saying that you have to get up at 5 a.m. to be successful in this business, because a lot of people are more night people than morning people. And I can totally relate to that. So, but she sets her alarm clock every day. I think it's either 4:30 or 5 a.m. And there's 3 alarms, because some days, of course, she doesn't feel like getting up. And her third alarm, which is at 5:30, honestly says Melanie Mitchell has been up for 30 minutes. So for her, like that's what fuels her. She knows that if she wants that top spot, she needs to be working harder than that top coach. Like that's the bottom line. And she knows that Melanie Mitchell gets up every day at 5. It's no secret. She told us all at Summit. She says it on all of her videos. She's a workhorse. And if you want to get above her, you need to work harder than her. And that's basically what it comes down to. Okay. So once you have that fire lit, you need to incinerate everything that's in your path. There is never going to be enough wood in your fire. And you have to believe that. You have to believe that your fire can never get too big. You need to create problems for yourself. You need to be so busy that you need to hire somebody to help you. You need to get yourself to a level that you have so many people to reply to that you end up staying up till 2 in the morning. Like just listening to Gary Vee the other night, like he actually says now that he's gotten quite big that he doesn't reply to every single message or comment on his Instagram. But he did for a really long time. Like he would stay up at night and literally lay in bed and scroll through and reply to every single person, because that's something he doesn't want to let go to somebody else to do. So you need to find out like what you love and where your strengths are, so that when you get big enough, you can push off some of those little jobs. Like Melissa said to us this week on the National Wake Up Call, she at first decided, I'll try to get someone else to run my challenge group. But then she realized that that's where her passion was. So she had to go back to that, and she probably has her helper helping her with something else. So, like I said, you got to keep that propeller going. Like Newton said, an object in motion continues to stay in motion. So you just have to keep that motion going, and it will continue to go. And adrenaline from your victories is going to fuel you. So don't worry about burning out. Don't worry about being tired, because as you keep going, your adrenaline will fuel you. Again, anybody that was at Summit knows the little sleep that we got and the amount of work that we did and the amount of working out that we did, and we all still had so much energy. So if you need help with your adrenaline, try Energize. I can't recommend that enough. Try coffee, try wine at night. I love it. Angie Belmar, and she talks about how sometimes she doesn't have any kids, so she can do this, but she'll pull an all-nighter, and she'll have a cup of wine, a glass of wine and a cup of Energize beside her. Don't mix them together. I don't recommend that. But she'll have the 2 of them going, and she'll just plow through a night of whatever it is that's on her list, whether it's updating her website or inviting more people or or whatever. And that girl, like, she just admitted on a call as well, like most of the people that she signs up, she's been like top challenge pack sales for I don't know how long. And guess what? Most of those people are signing up as a coach from the beginning. Like they're not even just buying a challenge pack to get into a challenge group. So you have to like realize that it's out there, and you have to not resent. You have to admire and emulate. And that's the biggest thing. You have to realize that there are, like, I kind of get stuck in this sometimes. And I was just on a call with Larissa today, and I was like, last week I was in quite a bit of a funk, and I kind of get stuck in like, everybody's taken. Like, is everybody taken? Everybody already has a coach or is working with a coach. There's no one left for me. And you have to get out of that and get out of your head and realize the billions and trillions of people that there are in the world and that need our help. The other thing that came from my call with Larissa that I thought was really cool that I wanted to share with you guys is that your victories are going to change you. So remember I said, like, figure out what fuels you. So for us, a lot of the times at the beginning, you get like a challenge pack sale. And you're like, yes, I got a challenge pack. Like a lot of my coaches will still message me. They're like, I got a challenge pack today. And they're so excited. And that's so amazing. But eventually you will get to a point, trust me, because like I need like 3 challenge packs to get me that excited. Or I need a coach sign up to get me that excited. So your victories are going to change with time. And as you grow, and that's what keeps this business exciting. You know, it might be your rank advancement. It might be, you know, how many people are getting like tremendous transformation results from your challenge group. Like whatever it is that fuels you, you need to figure it out, and then you need to do more of that. Don't fear. So fear is false events appearing real. The boogeyman does not exist. Like, trust me, check your closet. He's not there. Like, I actually still force my husband to close the closet, even if it's open a crack, because that's just something that growing up, I always just like my closet doors closed. But I have to remember that the boogeyman doesn't exist. Like, I should force myself to get up in the middle of the night, or like try sleeping with my closet door open to force myself outside of that comfort zone. Don't be afraid of being overexposed. Don't be afraid. Like, sure, I get the comments. Like our new sales manager at work, he's like, oh, every time I go on Facebook, all I see is sweaty selfies of you and your friends. I'm like, okay, great. If you don't like it, just remove me as a friend. And he's like, well, no. Like, and then sure enough, he like used one of my examples of my posts in his sales meeting. So it's kind of funny, like people might like judge, but they're not the people that are being successful. So don't be afraid to be overexposed, especially now with Facebook and how big it's getting. Your stuff isn't getting seen as much. So don't be afraid to like reuse your post a bit, like reuse a picture that you used last year, but put different words to it if you're stuck one day. Overexposure is impossible. Haters are going to hate. They're just not your people. Your people do exist. And the last thing is become obsessed. Like have the passion of a toddler. Like today I picked up my kids from my parents' house, and I'm trying to get out the door because I had a lot of things on my mind. I'm like, let's go. And my daughter Chloe has this little package of princess books that has 4 books in it. Well, she can only find 3 of her 4 books. And I'm like, I asked my parents, do you know where it is? No, we've been looking for it all day. We don't know what happened to it. I'm like, okay, well, let's go. She's like, I need my, and she like threw a tantrum. She cried all the way home. She wouldn't get out of the car. She just sat there in the car in the parking, like in our driveway for a good 5 minutes. I let her have her moment, tried to think about different things to shift her mind. But it's very hard to change the mind of a child when they're going through a tantrum. Like if anybody here has children that were toddlers at once or are toddlers now, you can totally relate. They are very passionate about whatever it is that they feel in that moment. So you need to like go back to that. Just go back to being a kid again. Think about that passion and be as passionate as that. Like that's always one thing that even in my real job, a lot of the teachers that I work with will say is that my passion for travel and education, it exudes for me. Like when I go to sit at a meeting with them, I don't come off as a salesperson. I'm not trying to, sell them a very expensive trip. I'm just very passionate about getting their kids on a trip so that they can have these experiences. And it's the same in this job. You just have to be passionate about helping people become healthier. Like you just want to help them improve their health and improve their being, their person, so that they can then pass that on to other people. success blesses those that are the most committed to giving it the most attention. It requires attention. You can't, like, think about it like a garden. You have to keep it up. You have to mow it. You have to cut it. You have to water it. As soon as you stop all of that, it goes brown and yucky and yellow and dries. Like, we had a severe drought at the beginning of the summer. I remember I got back from Portugal at the end of June. I was like, every grass in our neighborhood was yellow. So unless you were like watering it every day, which you weren't supposed to because of the water laws, your grass was yellow and dying because it did not get the attention that it deserved. So that's what will happen to your business as well. And I felt that. I was in a funk because I'm in my last week because I felt like my business was slipping a little bit because I didn't have the time that I wanted to devote to it. So that's basically what it comes down to. And this is kind of a point where I already said there's no such thing as being talked about or written about excessively. So again, think about all those big brands. Think about Apple, think about Coke, think about McDonald's, think about Lululemon. Like, those brands are everywhere all the time. Like, Coca-Cola is one of the biggest ones. They're in every single airport, every single hotel, every single lobby. Like, they're everywhere. Are people going to say they should take it down a notch? No, they want to be the biggest pop poison in the world. Sorry, I really hate pop. I don't know why I'm using that terminology, but like, it just makes me cringe when I see it in a cup. I don't know why I have such a hate for it. But anyways, but everybody knows them, and they continue to make small changes as they grow, and they're not going to back down from the market, even though all these other fancy pops come into the market. There was a good example with Starbucks. When the recession started, the owner of Starbucks actually expanded. So what did he do? He went out and he just talked to more people. He talked to more customers. He figured out what they wanted. He listened to what people wanted. So people are going to pay. People pay that premium price if you listen to what they want and if you are giving them what they want. Okay, let me see. Keep learning, be coachable. That's a pretty standard one. Okay, so these are my takeaways for you guys. I want you to really think about this and do this little bit of homework. Think about how you're going to fuel your fire. What are 3 things that you will three things you will do to add wood to your fire today? And I don't want you to think about tomorrow. I want you to get off the call and like do something. Do 3 things, like get inspired now and start today. Stop saying tomorrow. Like, we say that to our challengers all the time. We put that on our posts all the time. But I find that we sometimes get stuck in saying like, oh, I'll just get to that tomorrow. I'll just get to that tomorrow. So stop thinking about tomorrow. Do it today. Start with 3 things that you're going to do to add wood to your fire, to make your fire get bigger. And if you need support, who can you get support from? Reach out to them and go all in, because that's what our kids do with everything they do. We all know it. They just go all in. There's no fear. There's no holding them back. So you just got to do the same. Yes. Any questions?
Carla, that was so awesome. Does anyone have questions for Carla? Because we all know I have opinions and thoughts to add.
Oh, I forgot to say, okay, I'm going to just check the messages really quickly. Okay, so all of this information, I have to give credit to this guy because he is really amazing. If you haven't bought his book or read his book or listened to his book, you need to make it, like, if you found this even a little bit inspiring, this was basically one of his chapters in his book, and he's incredible. And so he's really what got me out of my funk last week. And the book is called The 10X Rule. And you've probably heard a lot of top coaches talk about it. It's by Grant Cardone. Look up Grant Cardone. It's on Audible. Even just his voice and the way he speaks is like super inspiring. And yeah, I was literally like listening to him on my drive to work on Tuesday and making myself voice notes about what I was going to present on. So that was one chapter. Like, his material is amazing. And basically what it comes down to is just working 10 times harder than you are currently working now.
I loved that. You know, when I was in my 2nd month coaching, my coach said to me, she's like, you're doing so well. Like, imagine, like, what are you doing? And I was like, well, you know, doing the power of 3s, these connection messages. And she's like, imagine what could happen if for just this month you did it like multiply that times 3. So not 9 times. And I was like, oh, I guess I could do that, you know? And then it's just incredible and it just starts the kind of month you can have if you do have time one month when the pendulum of your life is in your business, that you can give more time to it, to amplify that always pays off. It really and truly does. So that was such a great tip. I think like this whole call is exactly what I always need to hear. And listening to you, Carla, like I think your live videos are so great. And when you get on video, it's so amazing because I think your passion and your excitement just comes out. I'm sure everyone on this call can agree, but I love when you said, have your fire big enough that nothing can blow it out, because I know in my heart what this has done for me, what like finally having results in something and what that's done for me. But you guys, it doesn't matter what anyone's goal is in life. The reality is like, I think that everything starts with health and fitness, right? Like if you want to be better at anything, it starts with taking care of yourself. I heard Chalene Johnson say this today. She's like, if you can't take care of you, why on earth would anyone else think you could take care of anything else? You know what I mean? When it comes to like, well, even if your goal is not to be a health and fitness coach, even if it's just to run a whole entirely different business or be the best, whatever you are. She's like, it blows my mind why why teachers don't take care of themselves and then they're teaching our children, and why doctors don't take care of themselves and then they're trying to give us health care. She's like, everything, like the most successful people all start with this idea of taking care of them first. And so that was a really powerful thing. So I think when we think about being so passionate that like, just because you're not there and you're not ready to hear this message that I have, that I know so deep, it's okay. I'll tell it to the people who are ready to hear it right now. And I'll be like so passionate that my fire will be so big enough that it's okay. Like the negative things or whatever your lack of interest in what I'm doing right now is okay. Because eventually it'll come along. So it won't blow it out in that process. I love that you said that.
Can I say one other thing? Because one of the things I struggled with at the beginning, and I think somebody asked about this on a call earlier, was adding people to my network.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I go through my friends. Well, actually, I just click on the suggest, like the friends thing, and then it shows you suggested friends. And I scroll through, and anybody that has 20 or more common friends with me, I add them. And then I start the conversation. As soon as they accept, I'm like, hey, how's it going? How was your summer? How you been? Like, I just start a little conversation. Sometimes they say, do you know me? And I say, well, you look really familiar. We have all these common friends, and I love connecting with new moms. Like, what are you up to these days? And you try, like, you obviously create their Facebook page a little bit. But what you can also do, because you don't want to get in trouble with Facebook, is so you go through adding these people, and then like maybe give them a month. If they haven't accepted you within a month, you can remove your request so that you don't appear, because you have to be careful with that. If you just start like adding like 100 people randomly a day, Facebook will block you or black screen you or whatever it is that you call it.
Facebook jail.
Yeah, put you in Facebook jail. So you just have to be careful of that. But if they have like 20 plus common friends, chances are they've like seen you or heard about you or known of you or something like that. So add them. And then obviously as well with your like page, anybody that's liking your like page, you can add people that way too.
That's a great tip, because people do have that concern. Like, who do I add to my network? One more thing I just want to drive home of what you said that I love. You pointed out that all the top coaches we hear on the National Wake Up Call, that they're just in a roundabout way, like telling us to do the vital behaviors again. And when you do a workout, like you can do a workout or you can do a workout, like there's a difference between being really present and really focused in what you're doing and going through the motions. And I really feel like that's an important thing to take away, like with this whole idea of like having that fire and like burning the house down. Like our vital behaviors and these power of 3, they're very simple tasks that we just do every day. It's a really simple thing. But if you just go through the motions of these things, that's the business you're going to run, a little go through the motions business. If you can really learn to be passionate and present and focused and mindful about these power of 3s or these vital behaviors, then you are going to see that times 10 in your business. So I loved this call, Carla. This was amazing. It was such a great reminder of that fire that needs to come from within us, because we really are just trying to be the light for other people, just trying to be that role model. And that's what others are attracted to.
So I'm going to say one other thing with following up with people. I don't know if many people have noticed this, but on Facebook Messenger, you can actually do voice messages to people. So that's been kind of huge for me lately. Even while I'm driving, I'll just, like, if I'm thinking about somebody, I'll just drop them a quick voice message, and they can feel your energy. They can feel your passion. If you're like, hey, how's it going? I just wanted to check in on you, see how, like, they can see that you're happy, you're feeling good. They want whatever you're eating. Like, they want that, some of that juice. Like, so they can feel it a lot more. And it's the same with the live videos than if you're just sending them a message that sounds copy and pasted.
Yeah, and you can't fake that stuff, right? Like, so I think that's why live video has become, and reality TV is so huge, right? People, like, they can tell just by watching that whether they want to trust you, whether they like you or not. And then that's all most of us really need to know is, do I like you? Do I trust you? And then, yeah, I'll join you.
Yeah.
Awesome. That was an amazing call. Does anyone else have any questions for Carla before we wrap up tonight? You did go through everything here, right?
No questions.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready. I feel like I could stay up now and do some more invitations. So thank you for that. That was amazing, an incredible call. And thanks to everyone for being on. I'm going to stop recording.